Hello, my friend. This is Dr. John, and I'm grateful you're here with me today. I want you to take a deep breath. Feel the calm settle in, and know that what I'm about to share could gently, yet powerfully, transform your mornings and, in turn, your brain health. Today, we're talking about a simple morning habit that has the potential to improve your memory, sharpen your focus, and protect your mind as you age. Yes, it's that significant. If you've ever misplaced your keys, struggled to remember a name, or felt your thoughts a little foggy, this is for you. And I promise it's not complicated. In fact, it's so easy that you can start tomorrow. Now, imagine starting your day with a moment that feeds your brain the nutrients and clarity it needs, rather than rushing into emails, news, or endless notifications. That's exactly what we're going to explore. The habit I'm going to share with you isn't just about memory. It's about giving your mind the foundation to thrive for decades to come. And the best part? You don't need fancy supplements or expensive gadgets. All it takes is consistency and a little mindful attention. Let's start with the first piece of this morning ritual: hydration with intention. Most of us wake up mildly dehydrated, and even slight dehydration can impact cognitive performance. Your brain is nearly 75% water, and when it's not hydrated, your focus, memory, and even mood can dip. I always tell my patients to start their day with a full glass of water, sometimes infused with a squeeze of lemon for an antioxidant boost. I remember Mrs. Thompson, a 68-year-old retired teacher, who told me that after a few weeks of this simple step, she noticed she was recalling her students' names more easily and even felt more energetic during her morning walks. It's remarkable how something so basic can have such a tangible impact. Next, let's talk about nourishing your brain with mindful nutrition. After hydration, a small brain-friendly breakfast can make a huge difference. Think oats topped with chia seeds and fresh berries, or a smoothie with spinach, walnuts, and a touch of cocoa. These foods are rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and polyphenols, which support neuron function and help protect against age-related cognitive decline. I recall a gentleman named Mark in his mid-50s who used to skip breakfast entirely. Once he started adding a handful of walnuts and blueberries each morning, he reported that he could focus on complex tasks at work without that mid-morning slump. It's the kind of small habit that quietly strengthens your memory over time without feeling like a chore. Now, here's where the magic really begins: a short period of morning mental stimulation. I'm not talking about diving straight into emails or scrolling social media. Instead, consider spending just 10 minutes writing in a notebook, reflecting on what you want to accomplish, or jotting down 3 things you're grateful for. This activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and memory consolidation. One of my patients, Angela, a retired nurse, shared with me that this simple journaling habit helped her remember daily tasks more clearly and even reduce the stress that had previously clouded her thinking. Science tells us that engaging your mind in this intentional way stimulates neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections, which is key for keeping memory sharp as we age. And we can't forget movement. It doesn't have to be a full workout, just a gentle morning stretch, a walk around the block, or a few yoga poses. Physical activity increases blood circulation, bringing oxygen and nutrients directly to your brain. I often describe it to patients as priming the pump for cognition. There's a story I love. Robert, a 72-year-old retired engineer, began walking 15 minutes every morning before breakfast. Within weeks, he noticed he was recalling details from books he'd read years ago, a clear sign that his brain was getting more oxygen, more stimulation, and more resilience every single day. Movement in the morning is like opening the gates for brain nutrients to flow freely. Before we dive into the next steps, I want to pause and gently encourage you. If you're finding this helpful, consider hitting subscribe and turning on notifications. That way, you won't miss any of the practical, science-backed strategies I share to help you stay strong, independent, and mentally sharp well into your later years. And if you know someone who could benefit from these tips, share this video with them. It's the small, consistent actions that make the biggest difference in life. Now, let's explore another simple yet profoundly effective habit: mindful breathing or meditation. Even just 5 minutes of focused breathing in the morning can reduce stress hormones like cortisol, which, when elevated, can actually shrink areas of the brain responsible for memory. I often guide my patients to sit quietly, close their eyes, and take slow, deliberate breaths. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6. You'd be amazed at how quickly the mind clears. Take Mrs. Patel, a 70-year-old grandmother who always felt mentally cluttered by morning chores. After incorporating this tiny breathing practice, she noticed she could remember her grocery list and her grandchildren's schedules with much less effort. This isn't just anecdotal. It's supported by research that shows mindfulness improves working memory, attention, and overall cognitive flexibility. Another cornerstone of this morning habit is sunlight exposure. Stepping outside for a few minutes, even on a cloudy day, triggers your circadian rhythm, which regulates sleep-wake cycles and boosts the release of serotonin, the neurotransmitter that enhances mood and focus. One of my patients, Daniel, a 65-year-old retired chef, shared that simply sipping his morning tea on the balcony for 10 minutes helped him feel alert, calm, and mentally organized for the day ahead. The combination of natural light and fresh air is like giving your brain a gentle wake-up call, a cue that it's time to switch on memory circuits and start thinking clearly. As we continue, I want to emphasize consistency over intensity. These habits, hydration, nutrient-rich breakfast, journaling, movement, mindful breathing, and sunlight exposure, might seem small individually, but together they create a foundation for lasting brain health. I often remind my patients that small daily steps are what accumulate into remarkable results. For example, Joan, a retired librarian, didn't see immediate changes when she started this morning routine. But after 3 months, she noticed sharper recall when reading, improved focus during conversations, and even a reduction in forgetfulness that had been worrying her for years. This is the power of consistency. It compounds, quietly transforming your mind over time. Let's also not forget the power of social connection. While it may not seem like a morning habit at first glance, starting your day with a brief call, message, or chat with someone you care about stimulates memory, emotional regulation, and mental agility. Even a simple "good morning" text to a loved one activates your brain in ways that are nurturing and protective. I remember Mr. Lewis, an 80-year-old widower, who began calling his sister each morning. He reported feeling mentally sharper and more emotionally balanced, noting that remembering details from their conversations felt easier than ever. Our brains thrive on connection. It's as vital as any nutrient. Now, my friend, let's tie this all together. The beautiful thing about this morning habit is its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need a gym membership, an expensive supplement, or hours of your time. You simply begin each day with water to hydrate, foods that fuel, movement to energize, journaling or mental exercises to stimulate, mindful breathing to calm, sunlight to regulate, and connection to nourish. Each element supports memory, attention, and cognitive resilience in a synergistic way. And over time, these small actions build a brain that's sharper, more resilient, and more vibrant, no matter your age. I want to leave you with this. You have the power to shape your mornings, and in doing so, you shape your brain. Every day is an opportunity to nurture your mind with kindness, intention, and care. Start small, be consistent, and celebrate each tiny victory. Whether it's remembering a loved one's favorite detail, recalling a fact with ease, or simply feeling mentally clear and present, these are the signs that your efforts are paying off. You deserve a mind that feels vibrant, capable, and alive. And it begins with the choices you make the moment you wake. Thank you for allowing me to share this with you today. I hope you'll try just one of these steps tomorrow morning, feel the subtle difference, and build from there. Your brain is precious, and it deserves these small, loving rituals that support it every day. Remember, my friend, it's never too late to start, and every mindful choice compounds into lifelong cognitive strength. Let's embrace our mornings, nourish our minds,